Hi everybody. I hope everyone is doing fine in these tough times. My name is Basel and I'm responsible for the transport network in Do. I've been working in Do for over past 13 years. Like I said, I'm responsible for the transport network, so all the IP, optical and microwave within Do. COVID, as everyone knows, were interesting times for the full world, especially the telecom sector. I would say we had an interesting time also in the telecom sector with COVID. Initially, we went through the phase of everyone working from home, everyone studying from home, and that was challenging. That was very challenging in the initial days, especially a lot of the upgrades, a lot of the links. We had a lot of links additions that had to be done, a lot of upgrades that had to be done within Do to support the need of working from home or studying from home. There were some government initiatives which were supporting the general public and which telcos also had to meet and provide for. So we really saw a shift in traffic. From the mobile traffic, there was a drop in the overall mobile traffic, and there was a spike in the fixed traffic. Our fixed traffic grew 30% on some cases to about 100%, 200% in some cases, depending on the application. Our BNGs had a spike of 40% to 50%. We had to add multiple 100 gigs on our BNG. We had to add multiple links with our OTT providers. Microsoft was a big, as they provide all the content and Microsoft Teams for the schools, which we used heavily in the UAE. So we had to add a lot of links with Microsoft. So they were interesting times, but they were challenging times also. We still had to continue with our business, and we still had to do our regular upgrades. We still had to do our maintenance, in addition to adding all these links. So they were interesting times. We have to still keep the services up and running, and you have to make sure that with everyone being at home, now there was no peak and off-peak hours because everyone's at home. Either they're working or they're studying, or they want to watch something on the internet. So that differentiation of peak and off-peak sort of got muddled, and there was no clear line between the two. So we had to also find different ways and different techniques of doing what we had to do, which was very interesting, and it opened new opportunities, and opportunities which can be solved with automation, which can be solved with having multiple services, having multiple pre-checks done in a more efficient manner, in a less time-consuming manner. So I would like to say that as telcos, we always focused on automation, on providing new services. And I think we should take a step back and really build the foundation and lay the groundwork for automation and focus on how we can automate all of our network or infrastructure deployment. And that being IT infrastructure or telco cloud infrastructure or the routing, switching, optical infrastructure. Adding those or automating those would really add a lot of benefit. IT has been ahead of us in this game of automating customer services, and we are sort of lacking behind from a infrastructure perspective or perspective in terms of all the automation we can do on our infrastructure. So COVID really emphasized on how important the infrastructure is and how important adding new links or doing software upgrades or downtime, and how they have to be optimized to meet all the requirements and the needs and the expectations, the growing expectations of the customer. So I would really like to take this opportunity and emphasize on how important automation is in a telco's infrastructure environment. So in our case, we are really working with Nokia, trying to really get the best out of NSP and see how NSP will support us. It's already doing it today. We are automating our pre-checks and post-checks with NSP and with some external automation with working with Nokia PS, where we reduced the pre-check time and post-check time from 8 hours to an hour and a half. So when you compare that with the overall situation, you see a drastic improvement in the time it takes to have an outage window or to have an unsatisfied customer. Just final thoughts. Let's really focus on building the foundation of the infrastructure and automate that before we go ahead with customer service automation and providing that extra services. Thank you very much.